Two podcasters in the modern day are suddenly whisked through time and space to a world known as the Ghetto Era, an alternate timeline of Japanese history where hip-hop meets feudal Japanese culture. Watch as the nonchalant Selikujo works hand in hand with the energetic Juice Lee in order to spread the word of the legendary Cuban Links. All right, hello. Also, let me change that banner real quick. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Juice, and as you see, there's been something different. As you see, I got a nice haircut, you know what I'm saying? You can see from the profile picture we hit. And also we have the amazing Shonen Black, Miss Charlize, representing for the brand. How you doing, Miss Charlize?
Hi, how's everyone? I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Quite well, thank you. It's been a hectic kind of day, but honestly, this has been my favorite part of the day so far. Is getting to sit down and chat it up with people, just letting it all fly. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that one.
All right, and then from there, let me just get your banner up and running. Boom! There we go. Now it's accurate. And now, for the part we're all been waiting for, the intro. What's good? It's your boy Juice Lee, aka Juice on Literature, aka Juice Lee Garuma, aka Beautiful Zoe, aka Mr. 5 Stars, 5 étoiles, 5 estrellas, and Fun Verstehen for all my German speakers out there. You know what it is? It's the Cuban Links podcast, available on all streaming platforms, including but not limited to YouTube, Spotify, Amazon. Shoot, give us a few more weeks and we'll be on Patreon if we need to. You know what I'm saying? We're really out here trying to fight the algorithm and make it to affiliate. So if you got a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell that friend to tell their mama to come through. We are lit. I'm talking nothing but good vibes. And for that, now, honestly, before we get into the news and all that, just a look. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Charlize.
Well, I'm Charlize. I'm founder, editor-in-chief of Shonen Black.
Ooh.
And I just started this manga magazine as a way to highlight Black creators, Black voices, Black stories, and Black characters at the forefront.
Right.
Not saying that there aren't many Black characters, because there are some, but there definitely could be more. And I do feel like they should come from people who actually are the culture and who represent those particular ethnicities. And so that's why I created Shonen Black, to give people a platform to do that.
That's perfect. That's amazing. That's wonderful even. Honestly, I really do enjoy that. And especially given, funny enough, I watched a TikTok earlier about how this young woman was speaking her opinion about how like there needs to be more female representation in anime. And of course, everybody and their mom wanted to make a straw man to talk about, oh, there is female representation, when the issue isn't the existence of representation, it's the abundance of representation. Like everybody knows, if you watch Bleach, you're gonna see Don Kanonji, and you're gonna see Chad, right? But right. You know what I'm saying? But like
there can always be more.
Always be more, and especially given that a lot of issues that we face today are due to people not being able to empathize with like people outside of themselves. It's almost as if like people like when a person doesn't look like another person, then it ends up being like an issue.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how like it takes like knowing that other people exist outside of yourself to really like end up caring about other people, and I think that is very much a problem. Like I shouldn't have to know you to any intimate detail to want to care about your survival or you thriving or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to be a woman to protect women. I shouldn't have to be trans to stand for trans, and the same way people shouldn't have to be Black to want to care about Black people. And I think what you're doing is a godsend, truly, and shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for sure. Nothing but love. And let me see. All right, cool. And if anything, we're gonna get more into that because I got plenty of questions for you, and we gonna talk. But before that, we're gonna get into the news. Let me get the window up. This one right here. All right. So first piece of news. No, I don't care. Oh yeah, I already Okay, cool. So first piece of news. Well, clearly you're a fan of anime to some degree, right? As you run an anime magazine or manga magazine. I'm sorry. How are you about video games?
I used to play them a lot when I was younger, but for some reason, if I stay there too long, I start getting migraines looking at a screen.
Mm.
So I actually, because my job, I look at screens a lot and I have to kind of stop and walk around and look at something else because sometimes
Um,
it kind of messes with yeah, I get headaches.
oh no, that's completely understandable. It sounds like it might be like a sensitivity to light thing, and then but and in that case, I
I
understand.
I think it is. I think I am a little sensitive, and the older I get, it's like the worse it gets. So,
Oh yeah, no, that's completely understandable. If anything, do you I like not to be like, oh, here's the fix and you can get over it, but more like, have you looked into like say blue light blockers and things like that?
I looked into possibly getting screen protectors and putting them on my
Yeah.
screen to kind of help with that. I haven't done anything about it, but I definitely probably should do that
Oh no,
sometime.
of course, like, and that's at your own pace. Also, another banger, and it's super free. 9 times out of 10, a lot of like computers nowadays, especially if you run Windows, they have like nightlight features to where like they tint the screen specifically to block out those blue lights and things
Yeah,
like that. So I would highly
yeah.
recommend that if anything. But that's just me, being trying to help us out. You know what I'm saying? Believe me,
Mhm.
don't take my word for law. But if
But
anything,
I see Tekken up here, and I love Tekken. I used to play it all the time.
there we go. That's what I was
So
gonna
I'm
lead
very
into.
excited about this one.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna lead into. If anything, if you'd like to hear, I can share the audio, but it might end up it's gonna end up looping. So what I'm gonna do is before I do the audio for this, I'm gonna what you call it? I'm gonna mute the music and then I'm going to just like play it and I'll probably y'all probably just mute the music on this just to make sure that it doesn't like loop over. And if anything,
Okay.
just we'll talk about it after we're done watching. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sounds great.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let me get this going. Also, shout out to the one watcher so far. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. One turns to 10, 10 turns to 100. Let's get it. And then let me. Oh, hang on. I think should be able to have options to check. Nope. Hang on. I gotta remove it and re-add it so I can make it share sound. Oh, nope. And then stop and then add it again. And then here and then here and then share audio, share tab instead. Says okay. Here and then here. There we go. Can you hear?
I can hear it. Yes.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, sorry. I ain't gonna lie. I'm loving it. I think that so far, what we're getting out of this, like the fact that we're getting like like Yujiro aside, we already knew about Kunimi too. We're getting Bob and Roger. I'm happy about that.
I'm excited about Bob.
Who did you name back when you played?
Oh goodness, I can't even remember. It's been so long ago. I did used to play Roger, not
Hmm.
Junior, but the kangaroo a lot, and I can't even remember. It's been so long.
Oh, no, that's completely understandable. I think that if anything, I know that there's a lot. Oh, hang on,
But just
yo,
judging by the trailer, it looks like so much fun.
it does. It looks amazingly fun. I ain't gonna lie. And also, shout out God King Lot. What's good, God King Lot? God King Lot asked you a question. What's your socials?
My socials are so for Instagram, it's Shonen Black underscore official.
Mm-hmm.
For Twitter, it's Shonen Black underscore. And
Mm-hmm.
then for YouTube, it is hold on, it's just Shonen Black.
Oh, that's amazing. That's lovely. Look at you, Miss Organized. Got all these social medias. Oh, okay, it's popular.
I'm trying. I'm trying, you know. I'm a one-man band over here, but I'm trying to make sure everything's neat and organized.
Hey, and you're doing a really good job. Now, in this case, this piece of news is mostly for me as a Lego fan. Do you play any of the Lego games by any chance?
I don't. I do not play any Lego games. I just seen the
Oh,
movies.
that's understandable. If anything, I personally love the Lego games because it's one of the like it's a series that has stood the test of time, not just because it's family friendly, but because they're family friendly in a way that isn't like boring. Like for example, in one of the Lego games, Lego Marvel Superheroes, they have Nick Fury, but they have Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury. As you
No
know,
way.
yeah, they do. But it's voiced by a different person, still black.
Oh,
But the thing is, since it's Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury, as you know, Samuel L. Jackson's well known for a very legendary word, right, motherfucker. But
right.
of course,
They
kids
can't
game,
say
right?
that.
But how they get away with it is they have Samuel L. Jackson do like clean versions. They have Nick Fury do clean versions of Samuel L. Jackson's most famous lines. Like for example, there's a side mission where we have to put together a party for the Avengers, and in the part and after the party setup, Nick Fury's character's on the DJ booth, and he's like, "And you shall know that I am the DJ," like in Pulp Fiction. And there's another scene where like there's snakes on the helicarrier, and then he's like, "I'm tired of all these
Oh,
gosh
snakes
darn
on a plane.
yeah," and like what and that's that's what I think the beauty is with like a lot of the Lego games where it's like it's a modern rehashing of a beautiful story, and it's not plain, it's just safe for kids at that point where it's like you can play the Hobbit, you ain't got to worry about seeing people's heads get cut off or whatever. You play Star Wars and like you see like a
Oh, well, that's
block break
good.
down. Yeah, and I think that's the kind of stuff that we need in gaming nowadays where it's like no one's saying that you have to like be like, oh well, let's play Bible study of the game, but like
Bible study.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
that actually might be a really good game.
It can be, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is like you can make a game that isn't like bloody and violent, but also is still captivating to multiple audiences. Like how so many cartoons got away with like so many like crazy references back in the day, like the whole like fingerprints joke and Animaniacs and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was very much like you could like I think
They
that's
were
what's
wilding back in the day.
for sure. And if you weren't hip to especially with the fingerprints joke, that shit was funny as fuck. Because like, oh yeah, look around for prints, and then like Dot had prints and had the fingerprints, and then like fingerprints, and she's like, I don't know, and it's like if you don't get it, then you don't get it, and that's okay. And that's
Hmm.
what I think a lot of games are missing, and that's why I really wanted to highlight this top 10 list. Let me see if I can find
I
out.
think that also used to be very common in like older SpongeBob
Mm-hmm.
seasons, from season 1 to maybe like season 6. They had, I think that was one of the draws to it when it first started. They had like a bunch of stuff
Yeah,
that
for sure.
jokes that kids got and jokes that adults got that the kids didn't get.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is I think is essential because one, it diversifies the audience, and two, it treats people like they're at the level they need to be to understand this stuff. Because a lot of times people are often like, people have the kid gloves on for stuff like this, and I think that's disingenuous to one's own audience. You know what I'm saying? And let me see, because this is a video. Let me see if I can find like an actual like. Now, yeah, I don't think I have like a physical list. Let me see something real quick. MGN top 10 Lego games list. There we go. I'll take this. Yeah. So I'm so glad they put Marvel superheroes at number 1 for this list. Oh, shout out a synonymous catapult. Yes, sir. We got bots in the chat. Shout out to the bots. You know what I'm saying? If you want some AI viewers, you know what I'm saying? You can get you some AI viewers. We lit out here. But let's see. So Lego Marvel superheroes. Hang on, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. So with this top 10 list, what I love the most about it is that Lego Marvel Superheroes is number 1 because of its open world aspect. Even though I honestly would have said Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, because when I tell you that game is so open world, you can go under the ocean, out into space, and there's like a feature where it's like you can go from like Wakanda to like ancient Egypt.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
It is. Oh my! It's so fun, and I think that like that's another reason why Lego games are so great, because they're so creative. I'll admit, I think they put DC supervillains way too low on the list. DC supervillains is easily a top 5 game because just off the diversity of characters that you get in that game. Like,
I like DC supervillains.
Yeah, and
like my favorite more than even Marvel supervillains.
Oh no, for sure. Like these supervillains are often a lot more fleshed out and things of that nature. And with the game DC supervillains, you get to make your own character and give them superpowers.
Oh,
yeah, and even more so, like the diversity of their roster is humongous. I'm talking like you're like we're talking Suicide Squad. We're talking like the fourth dimension imps and all that. Fourth dimension pixies, I think. Mizzy and all that. Like you get everybody.
Oh wow!
And then you get to travel to different places. Like you can travel to Metropolis, Gotham, and things of that nature. But speaking of open world games, I think Lego Batman 3 should have been on this list because that Batman game is amazing. You get to travel to different planets, like to different lantern planets. So that's even more so. Like these Lego games are super in depth. Also, Pirates of the Caribbean should have been on this list as well. Because
because that world is massive,
humongous, and honestly, I could go on for days talking about it. Let me get into the next piece of news. Not this. But let me see. This is interesting.
You're really selling this Lego thing. You should try to see if you can get a sponsorship for something.
I mean, honestly,
Lego sound like so much fun.
Oh no, it's amazing. When I tell you, if I had my camera on right now, I'd show you I've got Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Lego Avengers. I've played Lego Star Wars. I played Lego Star Wars the original so much that I would just do the pod races with my homie from time to time or whatever. Like I got to the secret rooms where you had to get Darth Vader and use the Force.
Ooh.
I definitely have played a lot of Lego, and Lego. Holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm a good influence on the kids, you know what I'm saying? I might make like a Palestinian flag with your Legos, but don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? It's lit. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that.
They might like it. It might be okay.
You know what I'm saying? So holla at you. I got you. But in this case, I wanted to go over this article. Black Flags and Edward Kenway is the best assassin because he doesn't care for the creed. Honestly, I wanted to go by. Let me see. What's a good part? Let me see. Okay, cool. So I wanted to talk about how the writer of this mentions Ezio. And I like how they at least brought up Ezio, and I like this part of the article in particular. The induction of Ezio Auditore into the Brotherhood in Assassin's Creed 2 had been ritualistic and reverent, and the ceremony held at the top of a tower, witnessed by some of the greatest minds of the Renaissance. Ezio had somberly accepted his role in tearing down the Templar's control of humanity, and that century-long mission was held to be sacrosanct. So, like, this was, like, important stuff. For Kenway, by contrast, the peaked hood is merely a costume to be exploited. By the time he has a proper conversation with the robed-up follower of the Creed, he's killed still more assassins and betrayed the location of the rest of Europe's to Europe's great empires. Then he has the audacity to insult them. By God, you bravos are a cheery bunch, all frowns and furrowed brows, he laughs upon meeting the assassin mentor Atabai. I enjoy how these two paragraphs emphasize the contrast between Ezio and Kenway, and I think they use Ezio in particular because Ezio has been lauded for a while as one of the, if not the best assassins in the series, which honestly I am of the same opinion, particularly because Ezio's introduction to Assassin's Creed was one of the most realistic, to where, like, yeah, if you understood that the powers that be that were actively oppressing you and your family finally crossed that line and took your family up out of there, but yeah, a lot of people would take up the mantle at that point. But also they make it reasonable to where like Ezio's desire for revenge is then culled by his understanding of the Creed and things of that nature. And with Kenway, I get why a disregard for the Creed would seem interesting, but also at that point, is it really Assassin's Creed? So,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
and I think in that case, Kenway's development as a character, kind of like I can't say he's the best. I understand what the author is going for with this, what the writer is going for with this, but I get what he's saying, because like his appeal is that he's a maverick. He goes against the grain, but in such a game. Oh, I mean, he's also a pirate, but so it makes sense. But in such a game of Assassin's Creed where the idea is you have to pick a side, I think that him being so on the fence about it, I don't really think it as a character. I guess that's my POV. I know there's a lot to go over, but I'll say that for later.
Cool. It sounds, yeah, I get it. If it's not, if it's not as true to the source material, people might have. Do other people feel that way?
Honestly,
is that like a general consensus?
Well, I'll say a lot of people do feel like Ezio is the better character, specifically because of his balance between like him still being like a cocky individual and him like doing what needs to be done. Now, Kenway's appeal is very much that he's a badass. Like he's a pirate. He's very much anti-establishment, and his anti-establishment tendencies even go against what the assassins go for. And in that case, Kenway's influence on like the assassins as a crew is what shifts them from their very much rigid worldview to more of their like anything goes ideologies that you see in later games, like in Syndicate and things of that nature. So I can understand Kenway's impact, but also like I'm like I can't let go of my boy Ezio. So like I guess non-biased, I see the appeal to Kenway, but with complete bias, I gotta give it to my boy Ezio. And that's a lot of like the ideology in the Assassin's Creed fandom, where it's like a lot of Ezio fans are fans of like the Creed as it is, where a lot of like Kenway fans also enjoy like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and things of that nature, and those are games that actively diverted away from the quote-unquote Creed of sneaking around, getting people gone with a hidden blade or whatever. So it's very much like Ezio fans are more traditionalists, and your Kenway fans are going to be more of the mavericks who really want to shake the game up and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me see if I can find some more news real quick. If anything, hang on, top story.
Let's see, it's not showing up on the screen.
Oh, yeah, hang on, I got you. Yeah, because I wanted to like have the news ready and then show you. But
Oh, okay.
honestly, yeah, it'd probably be better if you follow along with me. Let's see. I'm gonna worry about any tournament wins. Let me see. Oh, we got gameplay. Let's go with. Oh, okay, I like this one. So, a petition calling on Sony to greenlight Destiny 3 has over 120,000 signatures already, and it is rising fast.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this in particular because this is an example of like when gamers mobilize for a legit cause that isn't just harassing, women on the internet, like in the Gamergate situation, stuff like that.
Well, that is nice to see.
You know what I'm
That is
saying?
always nice to see.
And I think this is the stuff that can actively change the world right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like they're like gamers are such a diverse and wide fan base to where like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
anybody
saying?
plays games. Everybody plays them.
Exactly, like what I mean. The dope, like they're like dangerous men who like sell dope and whatever, and they jumping on 2K, and then you got your law-abiding citizens, you got your businessmen, and they're playing like Civilization, or they're playing Marathon, and I think in that case, due to like the kind of like overlap you get in that gaming community, when you're able to organize a group like gamers, so much can change. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that in this case, I like the fact that they're coming together to get Destiny 3. Because I'll admit, Destiny as a game, I may not be the hugest fan of it, but their fan base, they're like the Drake fans of video games. Like I'm talking like Destiny can do no wrong. And honestly, it's well deserved because Destiny takes care of its fan base. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen Destiny do updates for the love of the game with like when Star Wars dropped the anime Visions. Destiny did like lightsaber updates and stuff like that. And I think that like that shows that like a community like Destiny is a community where the love is mutual. Unlike in other communities like Marvel Rivals and things like that, where it's like a lot of updates that are made to the game aren't in line with what the fans want. But with Destiny, they gonna treat their fans right. Shout out Destiny for sure.
Shout out Destiny.
You know what I'm saying? And I think this is the most impactful paragraph to me. Let me zoom in on it so you can see it. It's a word right here. Well. We believe in the potential of Destiny 3 to inspire new generations of gamers and to keep the fire of the Guardian spirit alive, Casto continued. Join us in petitioning Sony to take this leap forward. Sign a petition to show your support for Destiny 3 and help us bring our love for this series to the next level. Together, let's make Destiny 3 a reality. So you really gotta just the passion behind that paragraph alone really shows that like this is what happens when you love your fan base. They love you back and they love you down. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, this is the way it should be when it comes to communities and you want to get things done, regardless of whatever industry, whatever it's for.
Right.
But we really have to come together if we want things to change.
Oh, for sure.
If you don't complain, nothing changes. So.
Oh no, that's completely understandable. I get you for sure. And I think that in that case, like it's all the more important to like foster those communities where people actually give a fuck about the game. Like I can't curse on my own show, right? But where people actually care about the stuff that they want to see.
Yeah, you have to care about your audience. It's not just about getting their money. It's about cultivating a community.
Exactly, and I'm sure that's what Shonen Black finna do. Especially if you let me help out. I got you. We don't get you the free promo.
Well, I might. You never know. We might start a Shonen Black podcast. I might need you to be a host or something.
Ma'am, yes, yes. Come on, I got you. And now here's some news that's important, and this is the last piece of video game news. Here's some news that I find important.
Riot.
Yeah, right.
I used to play this on my phone.
Oh, really?
When I lived in Korea, I used to play it a lot. It was big over there.
Oh my! Oh, okay, Miss Worldwide, Miss Flex. And I'll say on to you too. But if anything, I like this piece of news because I actually changed my operating system because of the news I heard about this. So pretty much, Riot Games says it would not and cannot use Vanguard anti-cheat to brick PCs after rumors spread. This is important because there were some rumors that Riot's new Vanguard anti-cheat software was able to brick people's computers. And for those that don't know, for the uninitiated, to brick, for the uninitiated, right, to brick something means that like you delete the Win32 on your whatever, or you get rid of the registry, and it pretty much puts your computer in a comatose state where it's like you know what I'm saying, where it's like when you're brain dead but your heart's still beating, like that. But it stays like that until you're able to either bring back the Win32 or whatever. And so Riot Games is confirming that they're not doing that, which is great, because I was worried, and I think that a lot of people were worried because especially given how the trend of businesses like overstepping their bounds a lot, people were rightfully afraid to see Riot Games, a company that has been known for a lot of scandal, especially with their games being not very welcoming to people at times. People were understandably scared, and I wouldn't be surprised if people took advantage of that fear and had headlines that very much made people afraid. Because I know it definitely got me. The headline definitely got me, and that's why I switched operating systems to shut out Casio X. But in this case, so pretty much what they're saying is that the cheat device won't work with their games, but your PC won't be bricked. So it's gonna stop like if you have like say aimbot or whatever, it's gonna stop your aimbot, but your PC won't be bricked allegedly. So let's see what they're saying. Riot Games stepped in to squash rumors that it's using its Vanguard anti-cheat to brick the PCs of players who get caught cheating in games. Rumors that the League of Legends and Valorant developer was developing a permanent end to cheaters spread late yesterday following a Twitter post from the company in response to a separate post about its anti-cheat efforts. Riot posted an image showing a collection of hardware with the message, "Congrats to the owners of a new 6K paperweight." This was a tongue-in-cheek crack at cheaters that rapidly evolved into rumors that the company had the power to render PCs useless. It took Riot less than a day to clear the air, confirming that it would not, cannot impact your PC's functionality, and that the paperweights were referred to were hardware that was explicitly used for cheating. To put it plainly, Riot said Vanguard does not damage hardware or disable your devices.
Oh, let's hope that's true, though.
Yeah, and I think if anything, I can understand why it is true, because in order for that to be a thing, like you would have to, like, for one, you'd have to have a cover all code for because like deleting a Win32 on a Windows machine isn't the same as bricking a Mac, and it's not the same as bricking a Linux device. And so in that case, I get why people were afraid, because like to the uninitiated, once again, like if you just hear that this company was literally like turning high-end technology into paperweights, you're liable to believe that they're gonna like brick your stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that in this case, what needs to be understood is that in order for them to even do that, like that takes a lot more. That takes a lot more than they'd be willing to put into. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But also, I can understand the apprehensiveness at it, because especially nowadays, right? Companies are running wild. Companies are wilding.
Hey,
So
yeah. Well, especially if it's in America with our new administration,
for sure,
anything is possible when it comes to technology. There was a time where I was scared, especially with. Well, I don't want to say, I don't know if I could say their names on stream. This stream, like Doge and everything that they were doing, was really scary. Having access to everyone's information.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, the budget's fixed and things like that. Dude, like completely understand. That's a very valid fear. Like Yeah, that's like finding out like last minute that your kids got a new teacher that never got like that never went through the proper verifications of being a teacher. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
But
that was crazy, and it still is.
like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very much wilding at the end of the day.
Mhm. Yeah.
But if anything, we're gonna change tune a little bit and we're gonna go over to the Anime News Network for our anime news. The first piece of news: anime rankings from May 13th to the 19th. So in this case, with the way the anime rankings work, you'll see that each square. Actually, let me zoom in for you. Can you see a little clearer?
Yes, that's good. That's so much better.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I wasn't just like saying stuff and you're just like, okay. I mean, I guess. Like, so far, so each number represents the week that it's been out. And in each situation, like say here, on like the first week it was out, this is where it ended up. So like here, for Witch Atelier, for 5 weeks it's been number one, right? It's been hitting like a Beyonce album. It
Right.
hasn't been until this week in particular, though last week in particular, when it started to drop from 1 to 2, and then it's maintained its number 2 spot ever since. Then besides that, we've got a surprise come up with Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun.
Oh
So
wow, that is a come up.
it's like from 21 spots up is insane. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what happened. This latest episode must have been a banger.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We see Doro Hidoro has been maintaining it's been living in the top 10, specifically in the top 6, and honestly that's commendable given Doro Hidoro's very niche audience. It's been going from it's been at number 2, went to number 3, down all the way to 6, climbed up to 3, then to 1, and then went down to 3 again. So I think in this case it's maintaining. It's very much chill. Have you seen Doro Hidoro?
I have not. I have not.
Girl. Alright, so imagine this, right? Boom. Guy has a lizard head. And he lives in a world where actually there's a lot to it. So imagine this. Wizards exist. Like it's like Harry Potter, but like there's like the Hogwarts side of things where like wizards are learning and stuff like that. And then there's the hood. Like pretty much like this place called the Hole. And in the Hole, that's where like all like the byproducts and refuse of the magical world go. So like you know how like in Gachiakuda, there's a sphere, then there's below the sphere?
Okay.
Same exact context, but with wizards. So like, for example, it'll be like, oh yeah, I just turned this guy into a frog. I already got my A, he's still a frog, throw him in the hole. And stuff like that. And so what wizards will do is wizards will go into the hole and cultivate subjects to do magical experiments on them. Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying? Very much, you know what I'm saying? It's real deal.
What's this called?
Doro Hidoro.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start watching that one.
I highly recommend it. The opening is amazing. Shout out No Name. She like not No Name like the rapper, but like it's like KNOW. I think it might be No Name or No One or something like that. Welcome to Chaos is an amazing opening. But in this case, right, the main character is named Kaiman and he has a lizard head because he was experimented on. And the thing about magic in that world is that like certain magic can do certain things, but only the caster can reverse what was done unless someone has stronger magic than the caster.
Okay. Yeah.
And in Kaiman's case, his lizard head gives him an immunity to other people's spells. So like he'll be able to like tank magic attacks and all that. And so what Kaiman does is he works as a hitman and he like murders wizards in order to like find out who like mutated them and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that
that's
sounds
really
active.
It gets very active, very fast, and it has a bit of like a Nightmare Before Christmas feel because the town is very much like subsistent on the chaos. Yeah, it's very much subsistent on the chaos that it's grown into to the point where like I think it's like every Halloween, like there'll be like a magic overflow that causes zombies to come up out of the ground, and so then like they end up having to like have like a zombie killing contest and stuff like that. I think if you like that, like if you like a nice like gritty feature with a bunch of with a large variety of characters where there is no good guy, there's just a protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll like it.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm writing that down. I'm gonna have to check that out tonight. It'll be great since I have the day off.
Ooh, look at you, boss lady.
Watch.
With the day out, boss lady. Okay. But here's one I'm actually paying attention to: Nippon Sangoku, the Three Nations of the Three Nations of the Crimson Sun. Now this right here.
Is this yours? This is your favorite?
It's actually a banger for me. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching some of the episodes and the animation. Ooh. And here's the plot summary, really quick, in a quick detail, right? In a post-apocalyptic Japan, damaged by nuclear war and corruption, the nation has regressed into a chaotic new Three Kingdoms era. Aoteru Misumi, once an obscure local bureaucrat, launches a risky campaign to reunify the fallen country, armed not with weapons, but with exceptional eloquence and vast political knowledge.
Ooh.
So, see, this is the type of stuff we need because I'll be honest, I think it would behoove a lot of people to understand how pertinent politics are in our world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think no better way to do it than to actually have an anime that shows what happens when it all falls down and all you have left is politics. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I think that's a great way to get people to pay attention to more politics.
I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Let me see, what's another banger? Oh, This Week in Games, Akiba's Vampires, Heavenly Explosives for Hire, and Sony Closing the Gates. Let me see, This Week in Games. Let me see. Oh. Let's see. Oh, PlayStation CEO Herman Holst told staff in a town hall Monday that the company's narrative single-player games will now be PlayStation exclusive, confirming Bloomberg's reporting from earlier this year. So pretty much PlayStation's pulling out of the PC game, apparently.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I know they can do it, but why would they do that?
It's money on the table they're throwing away, I guess. Oh,
it's interesting.
Yeah, I if anything, I don't see why they'd want to do that, especially given it seems like in the recent years they've been making a lot of decisions that have been contrary to the goals of the business. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they'll have they increase the price on the PS5 and things of that nature, and they'll recruit studios to make their games, but then give those studios unrealistic time crunches, and then get mad at them when their game fails, and then end up firing them. So they pretty much throwing a lot of money for no reason. You know what I'm saying? What's
going on over there?
I wish I knew. Let's see. Akiba's Trip. Let me see. Is there anything else interesting? Because Akiba's Trip, it's cool, but I would be real. Shout out to it reaching 1 million sales, but I ain't gonna lie. That game is.
It's not that good.
It's not. It's literally a Gooner game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very much even because the joke is tee hee hee hee, right? The way the game is not even bullshitting you, right? The way the game is let me zoom in on this, right? So, right, ta ha ha, middle school humor. See how the game is Akiba 'S Trip, but the way the game title is in game, the T is closer to the S. So as in to say
Akiba strips.
Yeah, because they be getting naked. That's the point of the game where it's oh yeah, you're fighting these zombies, and these zombies that get booty butt naked for something and whatnot, and it's
why are they getting naked to fight zombies?
You tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Who came up with this?
I tell you who didn't come up with this. Someone with the right mind. Did not come up with this. And if anything, it's sold it's finally sold 1 million copies between digital
and that's
sales.
Probably why it sold 1 million copies.
Yeah, I think the crazy part is that it got to 1 million copies now, which means it was definitely straggling a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, but also this is a very niche genre for a reason, because like it's for gooders, I guess. But like
Yeah, that I would imagine that not having too much mass appeal.
very much not much mass appeal. But the last piece of news is that Jujutsu Kaisen is ranked number one in BookScan April adult graphic novel list in the U.S. That's great news. I ain't gonna lie. The 29th volume of Gege Akutami's Jujutsu Kaisen manga ranked number one on Circana BookScan's top 20 adult graphic novels.
Manga has grown a lot in the US.
For sure.
I feel like K-pop and manga, well, manga has been out longer than K-pop. But I feel like in recent years, it's been a surge.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken over. It's pretty much everywhere now. There's manga in just regular old comic book stores. There used to just be American comic book stores, but now there's manga in there. Books A Million is pretty much all manga, records, and K-pop for half the store.
Yeah, no, I know like at like places like Ollie's, they had mangas for like
at Ollie's?
Shout out White Media and his like manga brand and all that. Like that boy put in work.
Yeah. Did he recently, or was that the other guy? I know somebody recently got a publishing deal.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. I think it was someone else, not White, because I know White's been busy with that. We're busy with that Saturday AM fighting game.
Yeah, it was somebody else though.
Shout out to them for sure.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, 16 other entries in the top 20 were also mangas. So we've got Jujutsu Kaisen at number one. We got JJK Volume 29 at number one. Gachi Kuda Volume 1 at number 4. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 1 at 5. JJK Volume 28 at 6. Like JJK is pretty much like all over the list, with One Piece at number 9, Dandadan at number 8. A copy of Chainsaw Man at number 14.
I'm surprised Chainsaw Man isn't higher, because I feel like it has a huge fan base for Chainsaw Man.
It really does. But I think the biggest issue is that, like, one, it's also super duper niche, and the story itself is very much outside of like the usual shonen, to where like the main character does not find happiness. He's suffering always. He's just in pain. And that's just like Fujimoto's. Fujimoto's thing. He just like, even with like I say this all the time, even with his like other works, especially like Fire Punch, the MC's suffering. Life is painful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is just par for the course. But also, shout out to the Summer Hikaru Died Volume 7 showing up. Also, the Summer Hikaru Died got robbed at the Anime Awards. It should have gotten at least one award. That show was fire. Folks are scared. You know what I'm saying? Folks are scared of a little BL in their horror, and it shows. Y'all scared. Y'all scared.
Yeah, they don't really care for the BL stuff.
And hey, cowards, a lot of you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the last piece of news I was going to go over for today. And if anything, I'll probably be going into more depth with some of the manga rankings if y'all want that. But for now, it's time for the reason why we're all here. The main star of the show, Miss Shonen Black herself.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Miss Shonen Black. How you doing? I already asked that question. But if anything, the first question I want to ask before anything else comes up is this. What are your top 5 anime in order?
Top 5 anime in order?
Yeah, I want to get the tough question out of the way first.
Let's see. I think, well, for one, it's going to be, I love Sailor Moon.
Okay.
I love Sailor Moon. Inuyasha, number 2. Number 3 would probably be One Piece.
Okay.
Number 4, Number 4 will probably be Attack on Titan, and
Okay.
number 5, I'll put it in a tie. I used to really love Cowboy Bebop
Hmm.
and Naruto. I used to watch those a lot.
Okay. I like that list. It's very much. It's very much you. I mean, clearly you're a girl's girl, but you also, but you're also very much in touch with like what works.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit of both. I like the girl stuff and I like a little bit of the boy stuff. I like a little bit of both.
Of course, and that's completely understandable. Honestly, I think that what's the most interesting about your list is that One Piece is number 3, and I guess in that case, clearly you love One Piece, but you're clearly not like Oda's witness.
No. I like Sparkle. I like I guess you can say I like a lot of JoJo stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, I love sparkles. I love colors. But I also love fight scenes. I love a little action. I love a little drama. So
Oh,
that's
that's
kind of
fair.
like I'm kind of figuring out my happy medium in between there.
I'd say if anything, if you're looking for something with a lot of sparkle and a lot of action, I would check out Blood
Blood
Blockade Boundary.
blockade. Hold
Yeah, I
on,
think
let
it's
me
called
watch it. No.
yeah, Blood Blockade Boundary or something of that nature. I would say just look at Blood Blockade and you should find it. If you see like a redhead with some goggles that isn't Ed from Cowboy Bebop, you found it.
Blood blockade. Okay, I had to check that out.
You know, it's a fight. It's fire. The fight scenes are great. The characters are super original. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not like any of that dumb shit. And one of the characters is voiced by Zoro's voice actor.
Oh no way.
Yeah, and ironically, Zoro's voice actor is voicing a black man.
It wait. Interesting. Okay.
See, I already sold you on it. I already sold you. Yeah, you good.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna
I
check
highly
it out.
recommend that for its use of color and its action scenes. Besides that, it's also I think if I'm right, it was animated by Studio Trigger. Audience definitely check me if
Oh,
I'm wrong.
okay. Okay.
Um, what else? I would say another banger if you want color and combat. Kill Blue.
You know, I meant to get into Kill Blue. I'm trying to get into Kill Blue. I want to read the manga. I want to get into Kill Blue and Blue Box. I've heard
I
a lot
haven't
of good
seen
things
Blue
about those.
Box. I need to check out Blue Box. I've been watching
You
Blue
know
Lock.
who I wish had an anime? I'm
Ooh,
waiting. Ichi the Witch.
oh yeah, no, Ichi the Witch. Yeah, no, that's oh yeah, you know ball. You know ball. I was gonna say if anything, I'd highly recommend I want Ichi the Witch to have anime for sure. And honestly, I want Blaster Knuckle to get an anime. I would pay. Have not okay. Have you not seen Blaster Knuckle? Have you not heard of Blaster Knuckle? I bet. All right, let me lay it down for you. It's the 1800s, right? And a bunch of cowards in white sheets are roaming the land. You know what I'm saying? You know the motherfuckers. You know,
Oh.
those filthy bastards, right? You
Oh, okay.
know what I'm saying? And so
It's
they're
Django
running around.
Unchained.
Pretty much, exactly. Because the main character is a black man, right? And he was a heavyweight boxer until like he had an injury and like he had his hand cut off.
Oh.
And so he gets a new hand, and the way the hand works, it's either he gets a new hand or he gets like a glove, and the glove has like 4 barrels on it. It's a shotgun,
Whoa.
and he goes around and he's fighting the KKK and he's fighting white supremacy because surprise, surprise, all these white supremacists are also demons.
Are they vampires?
Some are
Is it
vampires, but it's like
sinners in Django Unchained?
pretty much, yeah. Like the best way to describe it, like, hang on, wait. Let me just, for anyone who still hasn't seen the movie. Let me just,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
no, you good, you good. This is spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. We got spoiler alert. So, if Smoke didn't die,
Right.
and he decided to go on a one-man crusade against the KKK, that is what what you call it? That is what you call it is. That is what Black Knuckle is. Very much high octane action. And this guy's a boxer, so he's bobbing and weaving, he's hitting him with combos and shit. Like
right.
He is doing it to him, and it is amazing. And he, of course, he keeps guns on him as well. And it's like, if you ever wanted a black story in manga, that's a good place to start. But if you want something a little more grounded, here's a banger that actually got put on too because of some of my homies in one of my group chats I'm in. Me and the Devil Blues. By the title, you can tell it is the manga adaptation of the story of Robert Johnson.
I've heard of this one.
Yeah, and it goes through his adventures and stuff. Even goes through like him meeting Bonnie and Clyde and things of that nature, or whatever.
I've heard of this one. Yeah, and what's it called?
Me and the Devil Blues, or
Blues.
Either that or if the Japanese name is like Ore to Akuma Blues. So yeah, I'm gonna put you on. Don't worry.
Yes, give me all the recommendations.
Yeah, and then another manga recommendation I had to leave you with before I ask my next question is Batuk. Batque. So Batuque. And so with Batuk, right? Have you heard of the martial art known as capoeira?
I have.
Yeah. So it goes over the story of capoeira, how it was practiced by Brazilian slaves and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And it goes into detail about that process, and then it explores the versatility of capoeira through the character. I think her name was Ichi, and very much like it's very much like it's like capoeira versus the world. Like this girl gets caught up in a situation with gangsters, and she's got to like fight to survive. So she's learning capoeira, and she's like developing her skills. That's also a good read. But my next question has to be, you're a manga magazine, and for the uninitiated and people who don't know what goes into your magazine, of course we're gonna get some good black manga. What else is included in the like? Say I grab a copy right now. I'll grab a copy of Shonen Black and I'm reading it with my frappuccino. What else? What will I see in that? What will I see in that book?
So the goal is eventually to get to have 20 manga that run at the same time, that are serialized at the same time in the magazine. And
Word.
I kind of want it to be a hybrid of traditional American editorial magazines and manga. So I want to do interviews of people who are usually Black people or Japanese people who are working in the manga or anime industry, who are making waves, articles possibly from other people in the community who have an article that they would like to write or have be featured in the magazine, news, probably merch, advertisements, because I want to also treat it like an editorial magazine. So in order for it to be profitable in the long run, so that we can pay people and continue to build the company, I was thinking of having advertisements in the magazine as well.
Right.
And towards the back, we also will have a ranking system. So I kind of want to treat it also like Shonen Black. So not Shonen Black, Shonen Jump. So we can have quality and continue to grow the fan base and the brand awareness for Shonen Black. So if that's what you would probably get. And,
I like that. Oh no, so yeah, I like that for sure. And if anything, honestly, like I'll be honest, like just because of just because of my background in hip hop, You see the podcast, you see the little background with the chains on it and all that. Like very much with my background in hip hop, I'm thinking like this could be a sort like the Source magazine for Black nerds. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what I want it to be for Black nerds, and for eventually to help propel or put them on a platform for it to get exposure. Because I want it to be treated. I want it eventually to be a global thing.
Right.
Of course, that's going to take some time, right?
Of course.
But that's
time.
But that's the end goal. I want it to be on the same level of a Shonen Jump.
That's beautiful. And if anything, like, cause like, I mean, like part, like, you know, what I mean, like definitely, like, you know, stop me if I'm like, you know, like over, like if I'm like, you know, like just stepping in. But like,
I love your I love your commentary.
Oh my God, thank you. But no, like, I think that one of the biggest things is that like I'm saying like, yo, like especially with like Shonen Black, we had like you know, like you get like cosplayers to model for like the cover and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be super fire, and have like comment and like very much have like you know, like editorial sections where it's like maybe like advice on like what animes to watch and stuff like that. And like,
absolutely, yeah.
And I think there's so much potential for this to be humongous. Like, cause I know, like, you know, especially when you get done with the Cuban Links interview for your first issue, you know what I'm saying? When you have us on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would love to have creators, to highlight creators who are doing and making waves in the community in this particular niche.
Oh, yeah, no, Michelle. And like, I'll let Sel know, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think that like the beauty of it is that not only can it be something that fits in the mainstream, but it's something that's going to definitely, it sounds like a very much a well-written love letter to the nerd community. So I guess my next question has to be, all right, before Shonen Black and all that, right? Like what was the moment that sparked the fire that said Shonen Black has to exist? What like put the idea of Shonen Black in your head?
I feel like maybe it was a combination of things and of the time frame. As a Black American person, as a Black American woman,
of course,
even though we do have representation, you know, in certain industries, there could always be more. But when it comes to having that reputation, we need to also have ownership of that IP. And ownership of the distribution. And I'm talking the whole line, from the creation of the IP to where it's housed to the distribution pipeline. Someone needs to start that. And honestly, I wasn't even going to make a manga magazine. That wasn't something that was in my mind at all. It literally, I woke up one day and I heard a voice told me to start a manga magazine. And that's literally how it happened. And I said, okay. So I was like, well, what's going to be the name of the magazine? And the name Shonen Black was given to me. And so I felt like, this might sound a little crazy, but I felt like God sent this idea to me to make it possible and to create it. And so now this literally all happened in April. And now we're here. Now Shonen Black is here. And this is where we are.
I think if anything, right, I think that there's nothing crazy about hearing your calling. You know what I'm saying? Because even if it was defined as crazy, right? Some of the best ideas come from sparks of inspiration. And whether that spark of inspiration comes from sparking a J, or from a sparking your heart or sparking your spirit. No, that's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful that you were able to like get that inspiration to like, you know, from the outside of yourself and into yourself. You know what I'm saying? No, that's wonderful. Some of the best ideas come from those moments. Like if it weren't for an apple falling from a tree, we'd never understand the in-depth mechanics of gravity, right? And so there's nothing wrong with that. Not at all. And I think that that's beautiful to hear, because that's kind of the same idea that went into making the Cuban Links podcast, where it's very much is like, there was some, like, for one, I was a part of a podcast previously, and that podcast things happen, right? Oh, yep, which is it. Insane correlation. Oh no, that. Oh, sorry. We had some comments, but yeah. But I was gonna say, but very much like things happened and we had to change pace. But as a fan of hip hop, like myself and my co-host, we decided to make our own brand that would be more attuned to us than what we were previously at. And I think in that case, like I said, inspiration comes from anywhere. Inspiration can come from a bad situation. Inspiration can come from God. Inspiration can come from a good situation. So that's beautiful, honestly. And I think my next question on top of that would be, when it came time to put together the idea, what was the biggest barrier in your way?
The biggest barrier for me to make this, well, I've never made a magazine before. I've never I used to draw a little bit when I was younger, create
Oh,
little comic strips. I think I still have some of those.
I mean, hey, if you got them, shoot. If you feel comfortable showing them off, you can.
Let's see, hold on one second.
Take your time, please. But oh yeah, insane correlation about the spark. Yeah, like you know what it is. You grown folks, you know inspiration can come from anywhere.
Sorry, I heard some noise coming in. I just come into
Oh no,
cancel
that's
it.
fine. That's fine. Please, yeah, no, yeah. I want to make sure you're safe on the podcast for sure. But yeah, but if anything, yeah, like even if you don't have it, even if you don't have the strips right now, we'll go over that later. But also, I have to ask, what is, what is a genre of manga that, like, of course, like with Shonen Jump, like hosts a lot of different manga, but like it's Shonen Jump, right? So they mostly do Shonen. Would Shonen Black follow suit and also promote mostly Shonen?
Mostly shonen. There could be some slice of lives in there, maybe some sci-fi, some experimental stuff, but I want it to be mostly shonen.
I see. Okay, no, that's completely understandable. And is that mainly because of the appeal that Shonen has, or do you personally just have a passion for Shonen?
Shonen is the most popular genres out of the manga.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I would like to expand it into possibly make a separate manga magazine for shoujo and those other genres.
Mm-hmm.
But I think shonen was the best one for me to start with
No, that's
because
completely
this one
understandable.
has the biggest audience.
That's completely understandable. That's a really good. That's a really strategic way of approaching it. But if anything, I guess my next question on top of that would have to be: you already going over your favorite anime. What are mangas like? If like say like let's say like something happens, the Shonen Jump's like, yo, we need to offload some of our best work, and we're calling up Shonen Black. Shonen Black, you know what I'm saying? We see you in the game and all that. We need to drop off some of this load real quick. What are 5 mangas that you would want on Shonen Black? Like if like Shonen Jump was just giving away like licenses to mangas.
Which ones I would like?
Yeah, top 5.
Ooh, I would love like a version of Bleach. I would
Ooh.
love a version of Bakuman. I would
Ooh.
love a version of One Piece because I really think that's a setting that you don't see in too many mangas when it comes to
For
like
sure.
water, ocean, pirates type. Well, I mean, there's pirates, but I think that would be like really cool to have like a version of One Piece in Shonen Jump.
Right.
Ooh. And this one's a little funny, but I would also like a version of Sakamoto Days.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
In
Why not?
Shonen Jump, I think that would be so cute and
I
so
think
much
that'd be
fun.
adorable. And then so that was 4, I think, right? Because you said
Oh,
Bleach,
and of
One
course,
Piece.
I would love something. I would love an Ichi the Witch because that's kind of my whole thing. I'm obsessed with it right now because I love Descara.
That was
I'm
an
obsessed
amazing
with that
character.
one.
That's
And
beautiful.
if we want to go back a little bit,
Hmm.
uh, also a version of Slam Dunk.
I'll be
Mm,
honest, a black slam dunk will go crazy.
yeah, for sure. A black Slam Dunk would be great.
Now, I mean, holla at us, LeBron. We gonna get you on the manga. You know what I'm saying? We can get you an
Yeah,
episode.
especially since the majority of basketball players, or at least the ones that are very famous, very popular, are black, and
Yeah.
that's seen as a black sport. Also, it's not that common in manga because, I would love to have a manga about American football.
Because I think like the only
I,
American football manga I know about is Actual 21. Yeah.
I know there are some rugby ones, but not
Yeah.
actually because American football is kind of just American. So
Yeah.
that would be like
No.
something unique in the
I think
genre.
so. Yeah, I think so. Oh, another thing. Here's a question from the audience: have you connected with any mangaka?
Have I connected with any?
Yeah.
I have one person who submitted so far, just one.
Hey.
Um, yeah, I just have one person, and I have had people get in contact with me who are excited and do want to participate in the contest, the one-shot contest that I'm hosting.
Nice.
But because of the time frame and them just finding out about it, because we're still a small company,
Right.
they weren't able to participate because it's too short notice. So I have decided to extend the deadline of the one-shot contest to July the 8th. And I have pushed the release of the first issue to July the 29th. So hopefully that would give people a little bit more time to come up with quality stories and to submit and participate in the one-shot contest, because I need I need creators for this to actually come to be a thing. So
I know for sure you want to make sure people come through with that fire. But also, here's the follow-up. He's asking because he knows the guy who's writing a manga, and he's been working on it for at least 2 months. Hey, if you know somebody, let him know.
Yeah. Tell him that I can attach I don't know if I can submit it here. I tried to see if I can write, but the link is in my bio on Instagram. I can try to see if I can put it here.
See if we can drop it in the comments. And if not, worst comes to worst, you can there's the private chat, and if you send it in the private chat, then I can copy and paste it into the comments.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he said he'll send them your IG. So tell them to participate. Jump in. We need as many people as possible. Come through. Drop your art off. You know what I'm saying? Like let you, like, this is your time. Like looking at the camera, the non-existent camera, like come through. Like if you are a black artist and you are looking for your time to come up, this is it. This is your moment to really make your mark on the world. Get in with a company that is bound to blow up. And you know what I'm saying? Like make it happen. Oh, for sure. Like I don't for everybody black. You know the vibes. But I think that and I also think that with your company, what makes me want to be behind it so bad, besides the fact that it's a black-owned company, but it's the fact it's a black-owned company built on a passion rather than a profit. Like, yeah, of course, money's got to be made or whatever, but it's the fact that you are thinking about the audience, which is why you're not just picking up some random AI slop. You're sitting there, and you're like, yo, you let's see how dope your pen is. We can see by getting you on whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to give people an opportunity.
Exactly, and I think that is one, heartwarming, and two, that is the way that we grow as a community, to where we aren't just listening to these limited opinions on things, because I think one of the biggest issues in the anime community is the scarcity of diversity. Because a lot of times the people who are deemed the tastemakers, not even the people who are actually tastemakers, but the people who are deemed tastemakers, the people who are deemed the voice of the community, are often coming from a place that is not fully representative of what the entire community is.
Right.
Cough,
Right.
cough, white men. Like, if we're being real, like, it's to the point where it's like the anime man, bro was really out here talking about some, like, bro really fixed his lips to talk about how One Piece wasn't political, as if,
But it's very political though.
right, as if the entire series isn't literally about confronting a government
Yeah,
for its.
Luffy don't like racist people. He does not like bullies.
He doesn't like bullies of any kind, and I think in that case, it's crazy to get that kind of conclusion, and I think that's also what happens. Like, once again, it's also what happens when you speak from a place of limited representation, because it's easy not to see like, I'll say this much: it's easy not to see the politics when you are the girl. Say, it's easy not to see the conflict when you are the Marine in the situation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
a lot of times, a lot of Marines are speaking on pirate shit when we need to let the pirates speak. And that shouldn't even have to be a classification.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it even goes deeper to where I said, the video I talked about earlier, where people were like, oh yeah, no, there are women in anime and all that. The issue is, these are men speaking about women in anime instead of women speaking about women in anime. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And not to say, oh, you're a man, your opinion doesn't count, but like, I'm not asking a bear how many fish are in the ocean, especially when he's only focused on eating one fish at a time. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
I'm not asking a bathtub where I can find a toaster. I'm not asking,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I'm not like there are some things that you have to leave to that people to discuss, because it is their problem. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that you don't like advocate for them, but that's to say that, like, yeah, know your place, know whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a bigger issue in the anime community, where a lot of people speak on things that they are not equipped to speak on because they don't have the experience behind it. And
I
that's
think
not.
that's just when they're in any community, they tend to do
Yes,
that.
for sure, easily. Even for example, like back in 2016, let's be real, Macklemore shouldn't have won that album of the year. Kendrick was right there.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't even watch award shows. They have no credibility.
exactly.
None.
Because like 9 times out of 10, the people who are on those committees
Hmm.
aren't people who are making the music, or if they are making the music, they've already got their bias in mind or whatever. And I think in that case, that's the big. Like, once again, putting it all full circle, right? When you are a Marine speaking on pirate business, don't be surprised when people say you don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
I think that's what really needs to be. I think that's what really needs to be broken down and dissected. And that's why I'm glad for things like Shonen Black. That's why I'm glad for things like my podcast, where we get to like speak on things from that POV of, yeah, like, oh, who is getting affected by it, and who's getting the effect of the who's getting the effect of the cause. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, if anything, I have high hopes for Shonen Black for sure. And honestly, my next question has to be: who is who is a mangaka that you want to work with?
Let's see. I really love what Young Wavy is doing. Do you know Young Wavy?
No, I haven't heard.
He also has his own magazine. It's called Young Wavy. No, Shonen Wavy. It's called Shonen Wavy. And
Mm.
he has some mangaka that are under. He's also a black man, and I think he is American. Um, and he has his own. His comic is called Holy Arc.
Yeah, I heard the manga. Yes.
Yeah, and he is an amazing artist, like truly amazing. He has his own style. He has his own group of other creators that he works with. I eventually would love to. I don't want to get into the middle of what they're already doing because he's already got his own thing, but I would love to possibly. I would love for Shonen Black to also kind of be a hub of other magazines that are also black owned.
Right.
And I would love to work with him eventually, but I really want to build up mine magazine first. But yeah, I think he's really dope.
Oh no, for sure. That sounds amazing, honestly. And I think in that case, you should like. I hope you do work with them because like that would be amazing. That'd be beautiful, even right. And I think that in this case, um, like I think it's also great that you mentioned like you want to be a hub because for one, like that's like we love where there's room to grow in a dream.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, like what else is there to really ask? I gotta say, um, honestly, when you're not busy like managing a household name like Shonen Black, how do you like to spend your time, like your off time or your downtime?
Well, most of the days if I'm not at work, because I work from 8:30 to 5. When I get off, I'm checking updates, comments, people's DMs from their excitement because I was really surprised at how excited everybody was. I was kind of skeptical to start it because I didn't know the reaction from people because sometimes people can be a little sensitive, especially in the manga or anime community. But I
For
was
sure.
really shocked at and overwhelmed by the level of excitement that came, especially from the Black community with this one.
Of
And it
course.
made me realize that this is something that needs to exist. And so when I'm not working on that, I'm also working on my own other projects that I'm into as well. And then by the time the day ends, I'm either watching TV, I'm either reading a manga, trying to catch up. I'm trying to read all of the chapters in One Piece. That's that's been my
Ooh,
goal so far. And it's a long process, but it's
for
been
sure.
great.
How far are you in One Piece?
Oh man, I'm probably on chapter 20. I just started. I started that one. I got a long way to go.
Yo, you just started and it's number three already? Oh, you must. Oh, someone must have told you something important. Oh my goodness,
I
that is
just started.
that is beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. But I gotta say, in that case, um, like in that case, I guess the better question is, to be more specific, like what are your hobbies outside? Or what are your hobbies?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I love making music. I
Oh, what?
am I am a professional songwriter.
Oh, what?
I
Oh,
have
okay.
I have my own music that I'm putting out. I'm working on my own project as well that cross my fingers it will come out next year. Um and I'm also working on a clothing line.
Oh,
And yeah, that's kind of, and I'm also working on this magazine as well and been taking some online classes, just kind of learning on how to actually make a manga or just a magazine in general. So that's
right.
what I've that's what I've been doing in my spare
I
time.
see. So in that case, the next question has to be: what has to happen for your hobbies to also be separate businesses?
Well, I'm in the product development of my clothing brand,
Uh
and
huh.
I'm still going back and forth with manufacturers about adjustments. It probably I'm not gonna put anything out there. It probably will happen later on this year. If not, definitely at the beginning of next year. And when it comes to my music, that's something I've been working on for a pretty long time now. And it's been a lot of, but I've been doing it all on my own. So I've been going through a lot of trial and error, a
Right.
lot of failing. But I'm hoping that this project is going to be the one. I'm going to
Hmm.
complete it and I'm going to put it out next year. And I'm really excited about it.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. And anything like I'm gonna keep saying if anything a lot. So, but if anything, I have to say like I think that it's amazing how nonchalant you are about these endeavors. It's almost like there's something. It was almost like there's something in you that's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do something great. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is admirable to say the least. Like there's a running joke I've heard on Instagram where it's like was like black people will get bored and just go get their master's degree. And it seems like you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like you're doing that right now where you're just like, yeah, I'm just bored. I'm going to straight up alter the course
Yeah.
of history for manga as we know it. And then on the side, I'm going to produce music. And then when I'm bored with that, I will then just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to ask, like, and of course, like, I don't I only elaborate on as much as you feel comfortable with, but like, is there do you think that like something in you like growing up like motivated this fed this ambition? Is it just like natural? Is it just like one day you're just like, yeah, I gotta get it and I'm gonna get it 3 different ways? Or like, you know, like how do you just like this is like Hamilton level ambition, you know what I'm saying? Like how do
Yeah.
you write like
Yeah.
you're running out of type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how do you write like you're running out of time? How do you put all this effort into all these things? Like this is like pardon the metaphor, but like there's a gun to your head. It's like, yeah, be successful. Like how do you do that? You know what I'm saying?
I think half of it came from my family, and then the other half is that I'm insane.
I mean, hey, to quote Dr. Seuss, you have to be odd to be number one, right? Like,
Yeah, I've always kind of been, ever since I was like a child, um, I've always been a little crazy. Like doing instead of doing the bare minimum, I was always trying to go above and beyond, even though I didn't have to.
mm,
And that
mm,
put a lot of stress, but that's just who I am. And my family, my mom and my aunts are, I would say, some of the smartest people I've ever known. Also, my family, surprisingly, is very creative. I have a
really?
cousin, my first cousin, he was really, well, he still is, but he used to be a comic artist. He was independent, and there is a long story, but when he was in college, it's unfortunate, but his video game idea actually got stolen
Oh
by his
shit!
professor.
Oh fuck that guy!
Yeah, and of course the professor was,
Ah, ah, come on,
and
man! You stealing spices now? We stealing ideas? What's next?
yeah, and apparently he got like a lot of money for it. Um, and my cousin just kind of gave up on it after that incident. I think it kind of traumatized him a little bit.
Makes sense.
And I used to have another cousin who was honestly the Tyler Perry before Tyler Perry. He was
Oh,
going around, he had his own plays, he would write, produce, and he was really popular. Um, but because of, financial issues, family struggles, he didn't really go all the way like a Tyler
oh,
Perry. So I think that's what it comes from. I think it comes from the natural creativity in my family and that kind of go-getter spirit, and also the fact that I am insane.
I mean, honest, like it sounds like you honestly it sounds like you'd be insane not to reach for the stars given everything that you grew up around, you know what I'm saying, where it's like it's kind of like I'm a huge fan of this one book, The Power of Habit.
Mhm.
And in that book, right, they elaborate on how like one of the main things you need to develop a certain habit is the idea of a culture. The culture should be like the fabric that builds the clothes that is your habit, right? Where it's like if you go into a library, no one has to tell you shh. You understand from the essence of it being a library that the culture is to shh, right? As opposed to like if you go into a club, you know what I'm saying, the culture in the club, some might be shaking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
you know
that's
what
the
I'm saying?
environment.
Right? And in that case, it's like very much like, and that's how habits form based on that culture or based on how that area is set up. To where, like, if you want to change your habit, you have to change, like, you have to change the fabric that you're making your clothes from, so to speak, right?
Hmm.
And I think that in your case, you have very ambitious fabric, and it is making a tapestry of success for you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, that's
Like,
really sweet to say.
no, of
I
course, and I
appreciate
think,
that.
yeah, and I think like that should be the norm. Where it's like, and tying it back into our last discussion, like to show the importance of like how a culture is. Like when you are in an anime centric space, and the culture is motherfuckers who don't know what they're talking about,
Mm,
then breed more motherfuckers who don't know what they're talking about, and then believe that to be fact, because the culture is you don't have to be right, you just have to be loud, as
right.
opposed to
Hmm.
like things like Shonen Black that can show you don't have to, you can show you don't have to be loud, you can just be right, and you
Hmm.
can just support and you can also just lead with love, because you're not just being a hub for the love of the game. Like, you gotta really give a fuck about these people that you want to work with, these people you want to produce and put out. Because yeah, because like if they fail, you fail, and you don't want to fail, and also you care about them not failing, and it's like, I think there's so much that goes into this. I think there's so much that went into what you do. I can't say it because I'm not you. So I think it's great that you elaborated on that, and like you that like from the glasses, you seem like someone who was definitely doing extra homework. You know what I'm saying? And more power to you for that.
Thank
Like,
you.
you know what I'm saying? And I think that it's amazing to see this kind of ambition, because this is how you know the kids are going to be all right. Right? This is how you know that this is how you know that the future of the anime community is safe, because people still have the audacity to dream, still have the audacity to want things, and still have
Yeah.
the audacity to like go for it. And as opposed to like how like everyone's got that one cousin that always got an idea but never executes on it. I think the fact that you're willing to execute on multiple ideas at once is amazing. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying? Like that's some real shit. I ain't gonna lie. I commend you on that, because I've been I think this podcast is probably the one thing I put my heart and soul into. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Hmm.
like, to see someone put their heart and soul into three things at once. I'm like, you got it, ma. You got it. Let me get on your wave, man. Let me get on your wave and put that much effort into just this one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, somebody's got to start it.
For sure.
Somebody's got to start it. And if you got the idea, if you got at least a little bit of a plan, a little bit of audacity, then just go for it. I'm
Mhm.
not getting any younger, and I'm not really doing anything. So it's like, why not just reach for the stars?
No, that's amazing. That's wonderful. And I'm honestly like, let me see. Before I get lost in awe of your ambition once again, I just gotta ask, like, okay, who isn't like, if you okay, cool. If you could describe, yeah, if you could describe your life as a anime genre, what genre would it be?
Hmm.
And it can be a mix of genres. It can be 10,000 different genres if you think that's how it's been.
I think it would be I think it would be a slice of life turned shonen.
Okay. So kind of like Hitman Reborn.
Kind of like because I would say when I was younger, or at least when I got out of college, I had a lot of ideas, but I was scared to put them out there because I was scared of what people would
Mm,
think about me or think about my ideas. I'm an
right.
artist and I'm really sensitive about my stuff.
Of course. Of course.
So that's why I didn't do it. But as I got older, I'm 32 now. And as I've gotten older,
32?
it's like,
What? I thought you was in your 20s. Oh my goodness.
oh, well, thank you.
What? Black
Thank
don't
you
crack unless you
so
smoke
much.
it.
I know that's right. I know
Right.
that's right. Thank you. But yeah, as I got in my 30s and I turned 32, it's like, time is flying by fast and I want to make my life count, you know.
Hmm.
You only get one shot at it.
Oh, for sure.
This basically this whole we're in the matrix, everything's a game.
For
So
sure.
forget about what people think or say or do or care about you. Just go for it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I feel like it's very succinct and very heartfelt. And I definitely agree with the whole like just go for it thing, because like I think what really I guess like relating it to me personally, like what really got me to like just get up and start creating content, start podcasting is like I've heard people argue the dumbest things online, and I knew that I could definitely argue better. You know what I'm saying? Like to this day, people are still like, "Oh yeah, Aang's not 100 and whatever, whatever. He's just 12." That's not how time works. He you know what I'm saying? He spent 100 birthdays in that ice. Time
Right.
passed.
He's 112.
He's
He
100.
just got
Like,
frozen.
exactly, but like most don't want to talk about that at all. But yeah, and I think that it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that motivates. Because I've had artists on the show, like especially shout out Southside and her
Mhm.
amazing EP. Their eyes are watching Southside. Um, like her, even the reason why she got into rap, she was like, yo, she heard a lot of like other rappers do this stuff. She's like, yeah, I could do this shit too, and got
Mhm.
into it. And look at her now; she's doing freestyles on all types of places in Texas, and it's like it just goes to show like it can take just like a spark of ambition to really get things popping.
Yeah,
And
that's really what it takes.
yeah, and honestly, like I've got to say, like I think you've done a lot. Like you've gleaned a lot. Like I'll say, like you've been gleaning a lot, or like you've been dropping a lot of knowledge, even by just like the simple answers, just like, oh yeah, you just gotta go for it and stuff like that. And I think that I wholeheartedly appreciate the honesty and the warmth you showed on this podcast.
Oh,
And so,
thank you.
I'm not for sure, it's all love over here. And I think that the final thing is are there any shout outs you want to do? Are there any like last pieces of advice, last words of wisdom, or just like I said, shout outs, or just anyone you want to shout out, whatever. This is your time.
I want to say this is a love letter to the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
We need anyone to help us. We have literally everything we need to succeed. All we need is to bet on ourselves, bet on our talent, lean into each other, and we can make our dreams come true. It's not like how it was before, back in the 80s, back in the 90s. We hold a controller now, and we can now control this game we're playing. So get out. So if you want to participate in Shonen Black, and please, please, please send your one shots. I would love it to read them, and hopefully they'll get featured on the magazine. And I just want to give a shout out to Cuban Link for having me on. Thank you so much for being this is my very first podcast interview, like ever. So I'm really
Word?
happy and excited about it. Yeah.
Girl, you was answering them questions so professionally. What? But actually, I have to ask another question as you're speaking, you just triggered something in my brain. I gotta ask, as an editor in chief and things like that, I gotta ask, like, what was your favorite subject in school? Was it writing, or were you just good at everything?
I definitely wasn't good at math. I definitely was not good at math. Um, when I graduated, I had a 4.1, but that it was not hard for me in high school.
What? Oh, 4 point what? Oh my goodness! I graduated with 3.6.
But that's good though. That's
But
really, really good.
I was lazy as hell. I ain't gonna lie, I was lazy as hell. But I love math. I really love math.
See, I suck. I would love if I was good at math, but I'm not. But my favorite subject in school, it probably had to be the creative. I loved history. I loved history. I love
Wonderful.
history, and I loved the computer technology classes. We didn't have really any because most of my schools were science and technology schools, so we didn't really focus too much on the arts. But whenever
Mm.
we did, I participated. I was in our songwriting club when I was in high school. I
You
was
had
in
a
every
songwriting club?
play. Yeah, yeah, they started it when I was there, and I was like, I want to join. Yeah, I was
Wow.
on marching band.
Well, you were a theater kid and you were a band kid?
I
What?
I graduated from college with a BA in theater.
See, because that's I ain't gonna lie. Like you have been the most you are the chillest theater kid I know. I'm happily in love with a theater kid. My girlfriend, she loves theater and all that. She's very she's a like imagine like a pocket full of firecrackers, but then make it
Yeah,
black and gorgeous. That is her. She's oh my gosh, I love her. I love you, baby. If you're watching, you know what it is. But you are probably the most soft-spoken theater kid I've talked to ever. Let me
that's
say.
what when I'm in plays, I'm usually the quietest one. And all when I'm in plays or when I get casted, I'm usually the quietest one. And they always say, Charlize, are you here? And I'm like, right here.
That is super duper interesting, and I could go like honestly. Now I gotta ask like did you like were you playing like I'm sure you definitely had like lead roles and all that like but was it ever like a Beyonce and Sasha Fierce situation where it's like oh yeah it's it's Charlize when I'm not on stage when I'm on stage it's Shonen Black and, have you ever had those experiences where it's just like you're shy off stage but on stage you're a different person?
And see, the thing, it's not that I'm shy. I think I'm just quiet because I don't
Mm.
feel like I'm transforming into somebody. I just have something to say. So now the real me can come out.
I see.
And I've played roles where I'm usually like a little bit of a psycho, a psycho,
Okay.
or I play dark roles, and those are usually fun for me. But yeah,
Well, that's what I'm talking. See, we love the range. We love the range here on the Cuban Links podcast. And if anything, like it's been a pleasure talking with you.
thank
And honestly,
you.
this interview has been amazing. And yeah, and thank you for the words of wisdom, and thank you for thank you for all the love. And if anything, shout out to everyone who's been coming through. Shout out to God King Lot, you know what I'm saying, for holding it down. I'll admit this was very last minute. I didn't put the announcement out because I was busy fiddling with my OS and all that, and that's my fault. But
I put the announcement out. I sent a email blast to all of our email listers, all the people on our email list,
oh my gosh, thank you so much.
and I put your on the email list.
Oh my, you're so sweet. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you're an angel. Well, in that case, then with a heart full of love. Last few words, you know what it is. Peace, love, fuck ice, free Palestine, baby. We in this bitch. You know what it is. Grr, bow. We out, man. We out.